Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamerdad, with another video for you. So hopefully you had time to do the in-game update for the newest version of 2.13.500, the Manifest Fight for AS Lokido, as well as a new banner, Another Style, Miracle Worker, aka AS Lele. Now if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So let's get right into it. It should only be two banners, which is the Fateful as well as the regular banner. And so we can click on that and see what the odds are. I imagine that it'll be the same as all the other Fatefuls, and this time you do have two shots at it, 2 times max Fateful encounter. Now I will say, I'm actually not really sure when they decided to do two Fatefuls or just one Fateful, so let me know in the comments below if you have any ideas. I see some of the more popular characters get two, and so I'm assuming that the devs do feel that AS Lele is going to be a popular one as well. Now remember that Lele is not a standard 4.5/5-star unit. These are the kind of 4-star units that get directly upgraded to a 5-star AS without the normal style 5-star. And in those cases, when you pull a regular 4-star Lele, it's not a 4.5. It can't be upgraded the normal way. It only has to be upgraded using 5 full treatises as opposed to the standard 1 book or whatever the heck it is for the normal style 5-star. And so pulls 1 to 9, you do get, I guess, 1% chance of the 4-star, 2% chance of the 3-star, so you don't have a chance of getting Lele in any form higher. And pulls 1 to 9 will be 0.8% for the AS, and of course on the 10th pull, like most Fateful encounters, 10% flat rate, and all the other 5-stars can be hit along the way. Being that this is a paid banner, even the newest unit, Alma, which is our first Crystal Zone setter, is here. And unfortunately, you know what's up here. Even though there are units such as Jet Tactician, AS Yifa, so on and so forth, there are also the consumer amount of 3.5s, 4s, bots, Rainbow Sisters, and Knights. And if we look into the normal banner, this one's not very good in my opinion either. So first of all, it does give you the upgrade, same thing as of the 3 and 4, 2%, 1%, and note on the 10th pull, it gives you a 3.2%, kind of like the guaranteed 4-star and a 10 pull. And normally, it's just 0.8%. There is no upgrade on the 10th pull, and so if you do singles, you're just as likely to hit, AS Lele versus not hitting versus hitting it on the 10 pull. However, remember that 10 pulls do guarantee a 4, if not better, and does have a higher chance of getting 5 stars as well as 4.5s. And so, first piece of advice, I've mentioned it many times in the past, but for those who haven't caught it before or are relatively new to the channel or the game, always do 10 pulls. You're in the long run are going to gain much more than you lose, just because you'll have a higher chance of adding 4.5s, which are off banner pulls. You might be able to pull units that you missed on, for example the Evas, the Flams, and so on and so forth. And of course, higher chance of a 5-star, which is about 10% more, 3.3 versus 3.6%, of course. Note right off the bat, you do not see Alma, and you know that because free banners are 2 banners behind on average, and so we will not see Juno in here either. Jet Tactician is here now, obviously, because it's a little bit older, and I think AS Radius will be in here as well. Same thing, bots, Rainbow Sisters, and Knights, and I know that you see a lot of them when summoning. So back to AS Lele. Again, I don't fully understand the mechanics. I think that if I do get a chance to side grade her, then I'll have a little bit more to say. But the AE Wiki does have a lot of information. Make sure you check it out. And again, it has actually migrated from an old Mirahi's kind of host to a new one, which is actually self-funded. The user base, including us, if you have a few extra dollars, you can definitely throw it that way. There is links at the top of the AE Wiki where you can donate to them and help them pay or run the server, and maybe in some cases upgrade the server in the future. Now that being said, Tribute is replacing its normal attack, and this is a unique one that is outside AF. If another party has used a magic attack this turn, this move basically copies both the element and doubles the skill multiplier, which is essentially double the damage of the last hit from that magic attack. So single attacks such as Flamelopus's Neptune, which is 3000 mod, you're essentially getting a 6000 mod off that. And again, with really high-powered magic teams, or your one-shots such as, for example, Riki Conquest from AS Chio or other single-shot attacks, you're going to have a double attack or double powered attack, which is actually really, really powerful. Keep in mind this is outside AF only, not abusable in AF. Now, I guess the unique thing about her is that she can give herself a massive boost in the form of Miracle Form, increases her Int and Spirit to 50, and increases her damage by 50%, essentially her skill multipliers. However, every time you do a move, it drains 10% of its current MP. And at the either in the end of turn or when the user has less than 50% MP, Miracle Form ends. Now, Miracle Form obviously boosts her quite a bit, and it interacts with her 2 other 5-star moves. And based on what I can glean from it, all those moves basically drain MP each time, especially her main DPS move. And remember that not only it drains, but the other effect, which is Miracle Form, also drains at the same time, being that every move drains 10%, and the move itself, which is Steam Glare, which is the main DPS move, drains. And so I'm not sure if it's going to be something like every other turn or every couple of turns, or how you can kind of abuse it in AF. However, she does have the potential for doing extreme amounts of damage based on how much MP she has left. And basically, the amount of consumed MP starts draining it down. So when she drops below a certain threshold, then she'll lose her Miracle Form. Or, when she's done enough moves and Miracle Form, you've gone below 50% MP. So it doesn't look like you can do it all the way through. However, 1 or 2 shots might be enough to end fights in general. She can also give herself mental focus and, stuff like that. So not even bad at all. A lot of potential, a lot of main DPS. However, I'm going to say this probably both as a veteran as well as someone who already has high-powered magic DPS in water, such as Flamelopus and Eva. Both of those are considered probably number 1 and number 2, depending on who you want to talk to. If you have one or both of them, honestly, AS Lele is probably going to be an auxiliary piece. Those aforementioned 2 units can do the same move without penalty in AF. First turn AF, Flamelopus has a limit of 3 turns, and obviously Eva with her Lunatic has something in the 3-turn range as well. As long as you're continuing to either do a first turn AF or outside AF in turns 2 and 3, you'll have the full capabilities of those units, as well as any kind of buffs that you want to apply to them using your overpowered magic teams, switching things with things like Alma, which can also contribute to magic teams, Jet Tactician, which can change resist to weakness, so you can abuse that, and so on and so forth. I think AS Lele is a great auxiliary piece. As a standalone, if you have none of the aforementioned magic water DPS teams, I guess you could say that she would be very powerful for your water magic DPS. However, since we are a free-to-play channel here, and we try to profess free-to-play strategies in terms of, account management and things like that, my advice to you would be, do not summon on this banner in any for any shape, way, or form. No reason at all to do that. The reason is, at this point, if you've done any amount of summoning, you'll have a Lele in a 3.5 or 4-star version. You can grind out treatises, and yes, they are difficult to drop. Yes, they are relatively random, and so on and so forth. But as long as you have access to even the red keys after chapter 26, you have a chance of getting these treatises. And as long as you run them regularly, until you even get to Garrelia, where you have even more chances of rewards and drops from those new Garrelia dungeons, or those who can use them, you're going to have more and more chances to get treatises and chant scripts, not to mention all the other units you're probably farming at the same time. It's not just one AS unit I'm sure you're missing. You're probably missing AS and ES treatises, chants, opuses, and so on and so forth. And so you're not just grinding for AS Lele, you're grinding for everybody. And so to save your stones, and most of us are broke after the recent overpowered banners, save your money here, pass, save up, and move forward with units. Remember that the whole goal of a free-to-play account is to only use stones to unlock new units or new content that you cannot grind out, even if the grind looks intimidating at first. if you are willing to spend money, I still think there are better banners out there. You could wait for a Star Dream, for example, as opposed to using a Fateful here. Now, of course, if this is your waifu, if you love the Fatum Argentori story and you really want to add her to your team before you kind of play through that kind of thing, hey, I totally get it. Waifus first, stone count later. However, if you're talking about purely from an account management and just trying to conserve and deciding when to pass on a banner, this would be your first opportunity to pass on a unit, as opposed to some of the earlier recent banners where they almost were all highly considered to be summonable in, and even if you think about Alma, Juno, if you don't have those in any form, that might be higher priority than AS Lele. Now, that being said, let me know in the comments below what you're planning to do. I know a lot of you have commented already, and you know my goal and my stance on this. I'm going to grind out the treatises, and of course I do have Eva and Flam. Not bragging, just, a reality there. That will hold me through for any water magic DPS, and even if you don't, just wait it out. Remember, if the content's too hard, you can always wait until power creep sets in, or you happen to luck out on a banner and get the unit you need to finally finish off that major team that you need. Anyways, off to do some Frogicide and grinding out to do the second and more difficult AS Lokido fight. Probably won't have that up tonight, but most likely we'll have that up sometime tomorrow. And then over the weekend, hopefully I have a chance to experiment with AS Lokido and bring you a 5-star review, even if he might seem kind of mid. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.